So after dating for a while, he started asking for soft loans from her, just because he knew she cared and gladly she did send him when he needed help. Sometime later she tried to convince him to move in with her to Germany, but Kevin declined the European invite because, like Sotisol and most of us, he wanted to live and die in Africa. So the two hung on to their long-distance relationship, but after a while she noticed it was like trying to hold on to water in a sieve. Kevin loved the high life, enjoying his life in parties and in the company of women, qualities she was not looking for in a partner. Their relationship hit the rocks and Kevin chose to live his life selling cars. Sadly, he tried to con a customer and was given the boot by his employer Insignia Motors. But being a top salesman and silver-tongued, he was able to slither his way into Listro Motors Levington, where he continued to wheel and deal, influencing top car brands. This is where he would be ushered into the circle of wash guys who were the big spenders in the high-end vehicles. As he drove in the cars one can only dream of and visiting often exquisite places, he met the gang of gold scammers. Through their influence, he quit his job as a car salesman at Listro Motors. Although he seemed to have gone broke for a while and was unable to afford rent or pay for electricity, this was however short-lived tribulations, as 2 months after he quit, he made a big comeback, moving from his one-bedroom house into the luxurious furnished Galana Suites apartment in Kilimani, where he paid a monthly rent of 150,000 shillings. It was a mystery how Kevin, a car dealer who used to survive on commissions, was able to turn around his life that quickly. Word on the street was that he was mixed up in underworld deals involving fake gold scams, working with Chris Obure, who had been accused on several occasions of being a fraudster. For starters, Chris Obure is a man you don't wanna mess with. Chris Obure, the man in contention, was the CEO of Global Jet, an air charter company. With pockets that run so deep, he was able to drive high-end cars engraved with his initials and company name as their number plate. Despite having many court cases against him about gun drama and gold scams, he was untouchable and clearly a man you wouldn't want to mess with, according to a user who once was in business with him. Nonetheless, poverty was the enemy and Kevin went all in to serve his new boss, and the rewards were as handsome as hell. First, he was handed the keys to a Range Rover, a car most people can only dream of driving. Whilst taking note of the ambitions of his elder brother Wycliffe to vie for an MCA seat, he gave him the keys to the Range to make a grand entrance at an event. A few weeks flew by and Kevin crashed the Range Rover after having won too many, and with little hesitation, he walked into a showroom in Mombasa where he bought a Porsche Panamera. With such a big flex, he earned a new nickname, Richie Rich. In a video seen online, Kevin is seen receiving congratulatory messages after buying the car. "Congratulations bro," says a man holding a camera pointing to the car before it pans to Kevin, who responds, "Thank you, my brother, word to the hustle man." All this as Emo Money, Emo Problems blast on the car radio. This was an unbelievable transformation as he now rubbed elbows with celebs and partied in the swankiest clubs like the Club, chilling with the hottest girls like songstress Tanosha Donna. For his birthday party, he crowned it a Ferrari birthday and flew in a Tanzanian lady host to MC at this event, which was joint with his new best friend Jamal, and the drinks of choice were Bel Air and Hennessy. While at it, he made sure to reenact the criminal underworld tradition of washing his hands with the most expensive liquor. Clearly, he was now living life on the fast lane, and his ambitions led him to seal a gold deal without the knowledge of his boss Chris Obure. The deal was connected to him by his new best friend and neighbor at Galana Suites, Jamal. But like Icarus, he flew too close to the sun. This was considered as total disrespect, and a breach of business etiquette that requires the Don to always be on the loop. So on August 21, 2020, as he prepared to hold a party in his house, after purchasing a ticket to Dubai, dated March 23, where he was to travel together with his business associate and neighbor Jamal to meet a client on a 100 million deal, Robert Bodo walked into his boss's office where he is seen talking on a walkie-talkie and got his gun. Later in the evening, Bodo joined Kevin, who was accompanied by a beautiful babe, and his other guest at his apartment at Galana Suites. But it wasn't until around 11 p.m. when Bodo, who doubled up as Chris Obure's bodyguard and driver, wanted to leave for the day. Before he could leave, Bodo accompanied Kevin to the bedroom. After a short while, A loud bang was heard which prompted Wycliffe, who had been in the kitchen preparing supper, to rush to the bedroom where he found Bodo holding a gun and Kevin lying on the floor with blood oozing from his chest. Wycliffe then rushed to the sitting room where he informed the other guests that Bodo had shot his brother. This prompted the guests to also rush to the bedroom where they met Bodo coming out of the room shouting that Kevin had shot himself. It is then that they rushed Kevin to Nairobi Women's Hospital where on arrival he was pronounced dead. Bodo did not accompany them to the hospital but later on joined them at the hospital and also at Kilimani police station where they had gone to report the incident. Robert Bodo and Chris Obure were later arrested. Businessman Chris Obure was acquitted of the charges of failing to secure a firearm while Bodo was slapped with a jail term of 1 year for illegal possession of the firearm that was used in the shooting. There are many accounts on what might have transpired that led to the fatal shooting of Kevin. One account details how the two had been arguing over some 40 million shillings from a gold deal struck on March that year. Bodo and Obure are still facing murder charges at the High Court. His brother Wycliffe, who was a key witness in the investigation, began expressing fears for his life over suspicious people who were trailing him. Some of the fears were posted online. On July 21, 2021, Wycliffe was found dead in his Ruruta home with the door being locked from inside, before he had a chance to testify in his brother's murder case, almost a year after he was shot dead, marking a sad ending to the two brothers. Hi guys, I am looking for part-time video editing gigs. I can help with script writing and video editing for an agreeable fee. If you happen to need a hand or know anyone who does, please feel free to send me a DM. My email and WhatsApp number are attached below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video.